Rebecca is not Daphne's mamma, Inspector. The poor thing lost her mamma years ago. It is because of this that Rebecca and her don't look at all alike. Did you just explain why they don't look the same?
Because they're not related, yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel the need to explain that? Beyond the fact that we'd already established that they're not blood relatives. You know, me and you don't look alike. That's because we're not brother and sister and brother. Okay, right. La Signora Karaboudjan is a charming woman, but sometimes a little bossy. She has always been nice. It's a weird jump back and forth. She's a bit bossy, she's charming, and she's always nice. Just bossy in a nice way, I guess. It can happen. Right. There was nothing in there, was there? We had Rebecca, and Rose is new.
Rose is new.
Rosa is muy simpática, señora.
Sympathetic?
Is a very sympathetic lady?
Sympathetica? That is what that means, right?
I would hope so. I don't hope so. I don't know why I would assign hope to that. It is sympathetic, is it?
Yeah, well, it's simpatico is sympathetic, but simpatica apparently translates to nice, but that's Google Translate, so, you know.
Okay. So,
take it with a grain of salt.
I guess it doesn't really matter whether we mistranslate that extremely ambivalent and my general comment on Rose. Yeah. Nothing there. El Señor Spock. Señor Spock was mucho happy. I think it is una grande fortuna.
We've already had that one, I think.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise. But now he's Spock.
So Fabiani had nothing additional?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
What was the thing that we thought was going to come out of it? It was something to do with their conversation, wasn't it? The argument, yeah. So that is strange. We got a whole long spiel about how it was an argument. Did we learn anything more? Did she give us any other details other than she was tucked away in a corner like a shadow, which is why we can't see her on that deck, I imagine, because she's now all shadowed up. Yeah, stealth.
She's in a dark corner that no one can see.
Yeah, she's turned into a submarine.
I mean, I've seen that lounge, and that lounge did not have a dark corner. It had 3 chairs. It's not.
It was very few places to hide. She's got skills. Alright. I think this is all old.
Yeah.
And these are all old, weren't they?
Yeah. They are old, but the press clip. I'm going to write down the press clipping because that's one we haven't asked everyone.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to ask him anyway, just in case. And then Agnes is all older as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So actually, got surprisingly little conversationally from Rose. I thought there would be more in there. Just Tom's worries, really.
Well, maybe that's what's key. Maybe Tom's worries are going to propel us forward in this investigation.
It's going to crack this case wide open with Tom's worries. These doors will never open. Whose room is that?
Is that...
Okay, so it's Tom and Rose, and she's off somewhere, and he's presumably off somewhere.
In the lounge again.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him. Should we talk to Fabiani?
Yeah,
Just
probably.
since we're
We have
here.
a few things, don't we?
I can only remember worries. But I guess we've got new people to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we didn't talk to him about Rebecca.
Oh. He's off. I'm going to look at this bed.
Look at this teddy bear again.
I wonder if, since we're in here and we're allowed in here, maybe we can find more stuff?
Oh, you're going to try and guess it without looking?
Yeah,
See if we can find something immediately. That would include looking at literally everything again.
Well, strap in. Hopefully it shouldn't take that long. I can't see anything. Oh, look.
Hey! Nice find.
Okay, you take the watch.
Oh, that took 10 minutes.
It was a really long bend down to the ground. And then he had a watch to determine how long it took.
He was watching the minutes pass as it happened.
So, this is taking a very long time. Should we look at the watch?
Should we probably look at the watch, yeah.
Oh, look at all this. Envelope.
Yeah, that's the newspaper clipping.
Ah. Is it? It's just on an envelope, or is it in an envelope?
Yeah, it was in an envelope, yeah.
Okay. This beautiful watch must be worth a lot. I was expecting more, like information from the watch.
Yeah, like we'd have to do.
Oh,
is that Julio?
Yeah, look, he's out there. He's doing something different. He's not writing. It's Julio. Let's speak to him out here. Oh, he looks the same. Pocket watch.
It's yours.
Whoa. What the hell? What?
Okay, that was real quick. Is there a way that you can pause the emulation?
I don't know.
Because that was so fast.
What I'm going to do is ask him about it many times, I think. And we're just.
But the first one is like a block of text.
Wow.
No, I can't. You just don't get any time to.
Okay. Julio just got super excited about that story. I think that's the problem. He was speaking so fast.
I think the crux of that was Father Fabiani was winning a lot. He bet everything, including his watch, and then lost. So the watch that we just found belongs to Fabiani, but he lost it.
To Dick,
right?
Then?
So it must be Dick's.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hello. I didn't remember.
Poker game.
Yeah.
What, it's scrolling?
I didn't remember it there, rolling onto the other side over our faces. El Padre lost everything. Everything. I've never seen such a relentless, desperate game. Okay. So the father gambled, as you might expect.
But he gambled everything.
He gambled everything. He thought he was onto something and he gave it all away, so he's got nothing. Is that what they're arguing about? Then, maybe? I don't know.
It's difficult because I feel like that first block of text that Julio says is probably the setup for the story. So it like explains like when, probably.
Well, what I might do is I'll go and pause it on the recording after this, and then write it down or take a screenshot or something, and we can look at it.
Okay.
Afterwards, just in case there's anything pertinent
next
in there.
time.
I couldn't read. That was like a second.
It felt like that. Less than that. It was so quick. It was just go.
So that was Fabiani's cabin.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I wasn't really expecting him to come out with that information. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm Daphne then.
I guess so.
Jeez, okay, full house. So what's new, Inspector? We've got so many people, it's now spilling over there as well. Agnes is in my head. Right. Tom and Rebecca's relationship. This is none of my business. Tom and Rebecca's relationship. I see that you were well informed. Rebecca started to fool around with Tom less than 6 months after marrying my father. I think my father was the only one who didn't know about it. Tom Logan is in charge of my father's business. Everyone has their own worries, Inspector. You don't have to make a fuss about it. Hard to get a gauge on what she thinks about Tom here. Yeah, that's the same one. Tom and Rose's marriage. Poor Rose never has any luck. Tom is now Solicitor Melville's partner, Rose's father. You can bet that he'll end up owning the business. He is ambitious and always wants more. Do you think he's actually any good at being a solicitor?
It's hard to tell.
Do you think he just married into that business and has like taken it over like a parasite?
Maybe.
Yeah. Turns out he's not even a solicitor at all. Okay. That was that bit, wasn't it? Yep. Tom's ambition. I'm very fond of Rose, but for me, Tom is just a scoundrel. I hope I'm mistaken, but I bet that his marriage to Rose was not just a matter of love. We figured that out, right? We know that. We know Tom.
We know Tom very well already.
Yeah. We know the back of his head.
Yeah.
Why would this concern me? Tom and Rebecca's plot. This doesn't concern me.
Seems a very odd.
Very unconcerned.
Flippant reaction to hearing that.
She's standing in the corner of the room wearing sunglasses. I don't know what her deal is.
She was facing the porthole.
Ah, was she peeking out? If we'd peeked in, would we have seen her face peeking out? That would have been a nice surprise for both of us. Alright, let's... that was all Tom, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is now so long. Okay. Julio is a brave fellow. He's nice, but he gets on my nerves. What do you want me to do about it? She got a bit angry. I might have made her more angry. Julio had a lot of cars. They were given to him by his father. Julio is the eldest son of a rich industrial family. Let's put it this way. His family is wealthy. As far as he is concerned, he depends on his father. I prefer not to talk about this incident. I forgot that Julio is her boyfriend.
Yeah.
She hasn't got much to say about Julio. Rebecca is an ambitious and impatient woman. She did everything to seduce my father and get him up the aisle.
The second one, I think.
Okay, this was the marriage. It happened very quickly, and I wasn't even invited to the ceremony. Anyway, I would not have gone, so it doesn't really matter. This is none of my business. Tom and Rebecca's affair, we had this well informed. Tom and Rebecca's plot doesn't concern her. She's not worried about any plots about her dad being murdered. Daphne and Rebecca's relationship. She does not interest me at all. We do not get on. Rebecca's personality. Rebecca is flighty and selfish, and on top of that, look at the way she carries herself. I think we're meant to get that she's basically really pompous, right? Whether it's an act or not, but she's very la-di-da, I guess. Poor Rose. I have the impression that she doesn't have a happy marriage. That's the worst thing that could happen to her after the grief she went through. Tom doesn't pay much attention to his wife. He dedicates all his time to business. Let's talk about Fabiani. I've always known Father Fabiani. I've had the problem with his name before. Father Fabiani. He had an excellent relationship with my family. A bishop's letter. Go and ask the father, Inspector. Problems? No, I don't really see any.
You played a poker game.
These things
and lost everything.
Yeah, no problems, though. No problems. He didn't lose his problems. These things don't concern me, Inspector. So she's not interested in talking about this cool poker game that we just found out from her boyfriend. Quite so. The damage was considerable. The lightning struck the bell tower. Okay, Fabiani's charity event. Giulio and myself worked like slaves for an entire day to get everything ready. Okay, charity earnings. Father Fabiani seems satisfied. Right. Oh, they have known each other for a very long time. Fabiani's suitcase. Wonder if you've heard of this. I can't see what you're getting at. And his vice. It doesn't look like him, Inspector.
That vice of his, it doesn't look like him.
Have you seen this vice? Don't you think it looks a bit like Father Fabiani? You. I don't remember much about my mother. Daphne and Giulio's engagement. I prefer not to talk about this incident. Daphne's rebellion. Yes, my friends sometimes criticize me for being impulsive. There's not much to say about me. And we've had that one. She doesn't get on with her.
Wow, we already had a lot for Daphne, just
waiting in the chamber.
Just waiting, yeah.
Okay, Suzanne is a very good friend. She's always been very kind to me. They've known each other a long time. My father didn't like Suzanne at all, but I'm glad he invited her anyway. My father never missed a chance to make fun of poor Suzanne. That's why she invited him. Oh, he invited her. Suzanne's health is very delicate. The poor thing must have already been hospitalized several times. No, Suzanne is not the type to refuse a drink, but I don't treat her like an alcoholic. You probably should.
Yeah, she definitely is.
I mean, if you were gonna be... you'd just not offer a drink. Like, otherwise, just do... I don't worry about that. I just keep giving her the booze. Suzanne and Nicholas's dispute. Not surprising. Suzanne and my father were like cat and dog. Okay, I don't know. Suzanne knows how to keep something secret. Ooh. Do you know?
You don't know him.
Dick is a strange fellow. Sometimes I feel I've always known him, yet I've only known him for a month.
That's more than literally anyone else. So that's good.
So we learned he's come into this a month ago then. This is...
Yeah,
okay.
That's when the will kind of became known.
And Agnes was in the house being looked after by Niklas for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And presumably her death triggered the will. Did the will then trigger Dick's appearance or the fact that he existed?
Yeah, I mean, if nobody else seemed to know except for maybe Niklas.
Yeah.
Daphne's suggesting it's only known him for a month, which would correlate to that idea. So I'm wondering, I guess he just kind of appeared.
Yeah, because I don't know if we're supposed to be working out whether there's some reason he was found or whether the fact that he was named in the will was the reason he was found. It probably is that latter one, I guess. Dick inherited Aunt Agnes's entire fortune. The day the will was read, Dick and Rebecca violently argued about the money. Ooh. Hang on, then. No. What? So Dick was there?
Yeah, at the inheritance thing.
Well, that is pretty shady then, isn't it? Because he would, just appear a month ago, before the will. Rebecca was furious, and my father had to intervene to prevent her from striking Dick. A little while later, my father went to see Dick to apologize and invited him on board to try and make up for it. So that's why he's here. He's been invited.
That's why he's here.
He's been invited
to make up for the fight.
Do you want to spend more time with my wife that hit you, or nearly hit you?
Okay, but it seems like Niklas wasn't fighting with Dick, so Niklas must have known about him. Then.
Yeah.
That seems like an odd thing to do, right?
Yeah. But then why all the 6 months of looking after her in his house if he... I don't know if this implicates... Yeah.
That's the confusing thing, yeah. That's kind of the thing that's tripping it up.
We're setting aside he could just been a nice guy.
Nothing else has pointed to that.
Okay, Hector.
But these people are all backtalkers.
You just think it's all shade. Hector is my father's butler. He's very devoted. We know. Everyone says that about him. Hector followed my father like his shadow. He was like a glue. It's past. When I was little, Hector scared me. Oh, okay.
That's not really Hector's past.
It's something that happened in Hector's past that he didn't know about, maybe. Hector and Niklas's friendship. I don't see who could be friends with my father.
Okay, yeah, you see? That's just not...
Look at her
Maybe
face.
Maybe it is shade, but that seems like an absolutely...
It's like she smelt shit. I don't see who could be friends with my father. He really was the worst human being imaginable. Think of a human. Think how bad they are. He was worse than that. Right. Oh, we've got Farius and we've got Agnes to go. Right.
Yeah.
Pocket watch. That belonged to my father. I have no idea where he got it, but he was extremely proud of it. So that watch belonged to her father.
So I guess...
Did he
give it? He must have won it, I guess?
But... What do you
He must have won it, right? Father Fabiani used to have it. And...
Must he be very proud of it?
Yeah, very proud of winning it, I guess. He seems like a douche.
Very proud of winning it in a cards.
I think it's less about the way it was won and more the fact that it probably was yeah, I got this.
I mean, the alternative here is it did actually belong to him originally, and maybe Father Fabiani had it as a gift or something, and then I don't know. It's very hard to tell from this. I guess it could be either of those. It could be really recent. Because this poker game must have happened quite recently, right? Though again, we're missing a very big chunk of information.
We're missing a bulk of the setup for it, so it's difficult to know when it took place.
Yeah. Yeah, in which case that kind of puts a very different spin on where it was.
Yeah.
Because if it was Father Fabiani's and he lost it, and then Nicholas won it, and this was all...
We found it in Father Fabiani's closet.
Yeah, what's that about?
You know.
I know nothing about this matter. I haven't heard about that. I beg of you, Inspector, I prefer not to speak of it. It's infuriating to me that he doesn't talk, or that we aren't talking about Nicholas's death in anything but the most oblique ways possible. Right, the necklace. This necklace belongs to me, Inspector. It was a present from my Aunt Agnes, and it means a lot to me.
Okay, well, you can't have it back because we're still using it.
Yeah. Finders keepers.
Also, if it meant so much, you shouldn't have left it in your dressing gown.
Yeah, where anyone could have rifled through those pockets and taken it. you idiot. Right. On your private boat. I guess, yeah, it's still risky, though, because
it was in the laundry room.
That stuff's going to get washed.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's being hand washed, that lady could have pocketed it, or it could have gotten damaged in the water, or it could have got lost down the drain. Yeah.
Point being, it shouldn't have been there.
This medicine must have been for my aunt. Press clipping. I don't see what you're talking about. Okay.
You should take off your sunglasses.
Yeah, it is rather dark in here. I don't know why I'm wearing these.
It's difficult to read the newspaper with sunglasses on indoors.
It's hard to look at you directly without sunglasses. You're so shiny. Right. I don't see what this is about. Engagement. Rebecca took care of them to announce my engagement to Julio. That was weird, because she doesn't want to talk about that incident, but then that seemed quite chilled about it. Agnes is my dad's aunt. I'm surprised we don't get a different version of this every single statement. Agnes is my uncle. But I felt closer to her than I did my own father. Well, you know, she may well have been your father for all the consistency between the relationships here. Agnes appears to be... Well, the relationship between Agnes and Daphne and Nicholas appears to be quantum in nature. Like it's ever-changing and ever-shifting. Aunt Agnes was like a mother to me. Which she may have been. We're not sure. We're very confused about all of this. She might have been my mother, or my aunt, or my great-aunt, or I might have been one of those things to her.
Our family tree at that level is just a scribble.
It's more like just a big dead clump of weeds. It's very hard to work out who's related to who. Okay. Suzanne was Aunt Agnes's best friend. We've heard different stories about this.
Yeah.
Right. Some people are their close friends. Some people she treated her like a servant, and that's it.
No, I think the only person that said that was Rebecca, and I feel like Rebecca's the type of person to say that.
Tom said it as well. But then those two, their stories should be similar, shouldn't they? Really. They're cut from the same cloth. Okay. Agnes's illness. Aunt Agnes was seriously ill, but she refused to let us take care of her. She was scared stiff of... Okay, right, fine. I'm starting to feel a bit bad. Accommodation. My father was the middleman between the doctor and my aunt. It was my father who had given her medicine. Seems like a bad way to do it.
That seems really suspect. Okay.
I think are we like 100% that Nicholas killed Agnes?
At the very least, didn't help.
Yeah. Aunt Agnes died of a heart attack. Agnes's will. These stories don't interest me. It's not how interviews work. Right. Agnes's son. Aunt Agnes never mentioned it to me. Okay, right.
All right, nice. Should be.
Did we get
something.
anything out of this?
What did we actually learn?
Kind of. There's so much. I actually am struggling now to keep it properly in my head. I don't think we got anything. Yeah.
Generally, it's always under the same thing. So we got the Tom Rose relationship. We got something about. We got all these.
Yeah.
Literally all of these.
Some of them are overlaps, but they
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
We got that, didn't we? So there's some important stuff in here. Okay, thanks for your help.
Half past.
That Julio. What's his deal?
This is like the worst cruise ever.